James M. Kouzes, The Leadership Challenge, How to Make Extraordinary Things Happen in Organizations, JB Leadership Challenge, Kouzes/Posner. Embark on an insightful journey through The Leadership Challenge, where authors James M. Kouzes and Barry Z. Posner reveal proven techniques to help guide and inspire your team. This summary delves into the significance of role models in leadership, the development of individual and team values, and the importance of forward thinking. Explore stories and research examples that demonstrate how effective leadership behaviors can lead to increased trust, motivation, and performance in teams. Moreover, you will learn about taking risks, fostering trust, empowering staff, communication, and the influential role of recognition and celebrations in building a strong and united corporate community.
Who can be a leadership role model? Anyone can become a leadership role model, not just businessmen in suits or celebrities. Research shows that family members, teachers, coaches, and business leaders have a significant impact. This is why we should all learn how to be good leaders, because there's a good chance we'll be role models for someone. Leadership isn't about inherent character traits, but rather about behavior that can be learned with time and effort. According to researchers, the best performance in all fields is not solely due to talent or intelligence, but primarily because of constant practice and effort, which also applies to leadership. Defining personal and team values. As a leader, it's essential to define your values and share them with your team. Knowing personal and professional values increases good work performance in teams. One way of doing so is examining your past and asking yourself which values have influenced your decision-making processes. By identifying values that center around trust and establishing a certain level of trust, committed teams become productive in reaching shared goals. One proven approach to creating understanding among team members is by asking personal questions and discussing each other's answers. The result is alignment of individual values with team values that positively impact the team's performance. Leading by example. Good leaders must not only preach their team's values, but also embody them. Telling stories is an effective method of reinforcing these values. Philip Kane, president of Wingfoot Commercial Tire Systems, was able to spread important lessons learned at the company through stories in a letter sent to his employees every week. However, the main way leaders inspire their teams is by leading through actions. When Steve Skark became plant manager of Kenosha, Texas, he noticed that the company's aim of becoming a world-class plant was not reflected in their housekeeping. He decided to lead by example and began cleaning the plant and collecting garbage every day without comment. Within a few weeks, Skark noticed the employees had learned from his behavior, realized the importance of cleanliness, and started cleaning up themselves. The best leaders encourage everyone to behave according to shared values. The art of forward-thinking leadership. Successful leaders excel at forward thinking, envisioning multiple future possibilities and involving their team to pursue collective goals. It's a crucial trait that sets them apart from others, as demonstrated by research findings. Albert Einstein aptly put it, imagination is more important than intelligence. To succeed as a leader, one must possess the ability to think ahead and picture multiple future possibilities. Research suggests that nearly 75% of people consider forward thinking as a crucial trait for leaders, while only 30% believe the same for their colleagues. In fact, the capability to envision the future is a significant distinguishing factor that separates leaders from others. Drawing a comparison to the world of chess, leaders need to think like grandmasters. They must contemplate a series of possible next steps and countermoves, not just their next move. Furthermore, they must consider the entire team's vision and establish a collective goal that motivates everyone. Studies led by Professor Henry Mintzberg from McGill University have highlighted the importance of belongingness to a community or cause. A shared goal or a collective aim for teams not only motivates them but also fosters a sense of commitment towards achieving it. This is where effective leaders come into the picture. They listen to their team members' feedback, opinions, and actively involve everyone in setting goals, particularly during difficult times. The team's shared goal can rekindle individuals' motivation to persevere through challenging times. Leadership is like driving through dense fog. When visibility is low, we tend to slow down, unsure of what lies ahead. Similarly, a personal goal that stays firmly in focus can help us overcome challenges along the way. Leaders who possess the skill of forward thinking can make that happen for themselves and their teams. Inspiring teams for extraordinary results. Good leaders inspire common ideals and pride in their team members, which leads to a sense of purpose and extraordinary results. There are various techniques leaders can use to create an emotional connection between team members and a collective vision, such as the use of symbols and figures of speech. Janet McIntyre's example shows how creating a logo, a slogan and a mascot that related to Canadian culture and symbolized how the team had embarked on a journey helped them adapt to new technology. Leaders also need to communicate their own convictions to their team effectively. Nancy Sullivan's example demonstrates how writing a 4-page letter explaining why their work mattered and renewing the team's sense of purpose resulted in not only meeting but exceeding their business goals. However, merely following someone who leads without a specific purpose is not enough to create extraordinary outcomes. Leaders also need to inspire their team to follow a mutual purpose, and the book will explain how. Being a proactive leader. Good leaders step out of their comfort zone to bring positive change and stay aware of their environment. A proactive behavior leads to effective leadership. Leadership requires stepping out of one's comfort zone and venturing into the unknown. Proactive behavior is a distinguishing characteristic of effective leaders. Often, it is easy to get stuck in one's ways, leading to stagnation and a lack of innovation. Starbucks, for instance, invested in blenders only after a store manager bought her own blender to sell a drink she had created. That drink, the Frappuccino, became a hit, making Starbucks millions. Leadership is about recognizing opportunities and seizing them, regardless of the risk. To prevent getting caught off guard by sudden shifts in the market or unexpected innovations, it's important for leaders to be vigilant about their surroundings and to look beyond the obvious. There are several ways to gather ideas about what's going on outside and within the organization, such as visiting the office of a competing company, calling disengaged customers to inquire about their service experience, or making a mystery call to the organization to assess how phone calls are handled. In conclusion, proactive leadership entails identification of potential opportunities and taking necessary steps to bring about positive change while staying aware of the organization's environment. Focusing on small wins for big achievements. Good leaders know the importance of emphasizing small wins to keep their team motivated. Harvard Business School researchers found that small successes can motivate people immensely. Leaders should focus on hopping from small win to small win rather than big, unreachable goals. Additionally, leaders should embrace making mistakes as natural and use them as an opportunity for learning. Kelly Garvanian, a solution consultant at MDN, transformed her team's performance by becoming open to learning and changing her behavior. She created a great climate for learning by encouraging feedback and making team members comfortable with failure. Building trust in teams. Trust is an essential factor for good teamwork. Research shows that organizations with high levels of trust have better performance and are more innovative. Masoud Fakhrizadeh, a program manager at KLA Tencor, demonstrated trust in his offshore product development team by openly asking for their advice and feedback, which led to the team trusting him in return, and the project succeeded. Leaders should also foster trust among team members to work towards a common goal. One way to enhance team trust is to establish more face-to-face communication between team members, as shown by Wilson Chu, a program manager at RingCentral, by asking his offshore development team to use their webcam during online meetings. The more personal communication led to increased trust and a willingness to express new ideas. Trust between team members and their leaders is crucial in achieving great things. Empowering teams for increased performance. Leaders should instill ownership, trust, and empowerment in their team members to boost performance. Trusting employees to make the right choices and giving them freedom greatly increases their motivation. Moreover, leaders should help build their team's confidence and competence to ensure that they perform at their best. Mihai Csikszentmihalyi found that individuals perform best when the challenge matches their skill set. Therefore, leaders should create an environment where everyone is in the flow while working. For instance, coaching and positive feedback are effective in boosting confidence and improving performance. The Aruba Network's management did away with its vacation policy, allowing flexibility and freedom of choice, which ultimately led to increased employee performance. Motivate and acknowledge your team. Leaders should empower their team members by allowing them to make their own decisions but should also acknowledge their good work. Effective leaders communicate their expectations, regularly give feedback, and openly praise excellent work. Furthermore, personalized and unexpected recognition is much more motivating than generic acknowledgments such as automated emails. Managers can decrease high employee turnover rates and promote improved team performance by communicating expectations through regular meetings and providing feedback. Personal acknowledgments, such as thanking an employee in person for a job well done, can be more motivating than monetary rewards. Effective leaders motivate their team members by empowering them, providing feedback, and acknowledging their achievements. Celebrating together. Celebrations in the workplace can unite employees around common goals and values, creating a sense of community that leaders can foster. Research shows that when people have active social connections, they're happier, wealthier, and share more information. Corporate celebrations can help staff to bond and socialize more, fostering a sense of community within organizations. Even small, monthly celebrations like those at Seagate Technology, where the top-performing staff member is applauded, can greatly increase community spirit within an organization. However, for celebrations to be effective, leaders need to participate. Leaders can show they care by attending meetings and events or even just saying hello in the hallway. By incorporating these insights into their behavior, leaders can foster extraordinary achievements within their teams by promoting a sense of community and shared values.
In conclusion, the Leadership Challenge provides a comprehensive guide to becoming a successful leader by embracing qualities such as trust, effective communication, and teamwork. By understanding the importance of role models, fostering personal and shared values, thinking forward, taking calculated risks, and motivating team members, you can unlock the full potential of your team. Don't forget the value of celebrating successes. These small moments can bring a team closer together and create a sense of purpose and unity. With this newfound knowledge, you can embark on your leadership journey with the tools necessary to inspire your team to achieve great things.